Hello, welcome to part 3. If you have not seen part 1 and 2, please do so. This is a tutorial for Starcraft 2 Galaxy Editor for presets and multi-dimensional arrays and advanced preset types. Using my Ion Cannon Wars map, of course made by me, QuickShot14. It should be out on YouTube sometime here in the future if it's not already out. And of course you'll be able to find the map on Starcraft2Master.com when that does happen. So, as you can see here, again, we went to another unit type. In this case, we have a game link, and this is for actual unit types. I wanted to do either a call or a comparison or whatever on specific unit types, and only specific unit types. And again, the whole purpose of presets allows you to, one, make it easier to organize, look at, for other people to use your code and understand it, and also to restrict what can be chosen. You use presets all the time in the trigger editor, and a good example of that is for a lot of different things, such as when you're setting a variable, and if it's a Boolean, bad example, right here. Allow, disallow ability for player. This allow right here is a preset, and it says right here, preset allow, disallow option, and it's a simple preset, the built-in preset. And in fact, you can actually pull that up on the libraries and take a look at different preset types. So right here, AF black type, this is a custom script Boolean that they have set up, and you can see they have their script value down here, probably calling some internal variable or something of some sort to get that Boolean. AI mode is another Boolean, and that's just a simple straight true-false return. You know, all kinds of stuff. It doesn't even have to be that. You can just look at data table. No, not data tables. How about some logic? Support. Your the comparison operators. They're all presets too. So you've used presets before. The only difference now is you actually can make them. So that's an example, just a quick example of what presets have been used before. And I probably should have done that earlier, and I apologize. I'm kind of doing this on a whim, and I apologize if it's confusing. You can of course ask questions on my comments, or of course on the forum post, tutorial forum post of this in on Starcraft2Master.com if you need more clarification. So we understand roughly how presets work and how they're used and why they're used, but how do we actually use them? Well, again, like I showed you, when you're having a custom script type or anything like that, you want to simply just convert it, the preset, to that, from that type to that type. Ugh, tongue-tied, too much talking. To that type that you want to compare it to. In this case, I have unit types that I'm trying to compare to, and what I need to do is let's see here, let me find it. Get reactor unit. Wrong one. Let me find it. Here we go. Return power value from unit. Basically takes a unit type and returns what it is. Bad example. Well, I don't remember where I used that all then. I did that like a couple days ago, but for my power dialog items, you've seen me use this before already. So really quick, again, that's how I get the actual item. Where I actually use it is like here under whether or not it's visible. So I put it in as a parameter, and you'd simply just do preset as your type, and then from the preset dialog find your preset, whatever you named it. You can use the built-in ones as well. Very helpful, very useful. So just having an understanding what presets are will help, even if you're not going to make your own. And then to do a straight comparison, like for that all items that I have set up, simply put it in as a straight comparison, put it in as your parameter or whatever thing you're pulling from, and then when you're doing a comparison, just switch it over from variable wherever it starts at and switch it over to preset, and you'll get a list of all the presets in that preset. This is the most common way you're going to be editing your presets. If you do a straight enumeric value where it starts as just integer and you put in whatever you want, this is the most common thing you're going to do. But if you actually want to, and you can still use it whether you change it to a specific type or not, but if you want to actually use it for selecting something, you will use that to convert preset type. Like I said, there was not a Boolean convert preset to Boolean function. I'm not sure why, but there isn't, and so I made one, and I simply use it. So that's basically it. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. Hopefully it does, and hopefully you'll get it. If not, again, please watch the tutorials again, go over them one by one, try it out yourself. We really didn't go step by step of how to do it. It's pretty straightforward, not very hard. If you want a more step by step of how to just create a preset and how to set it up, again, Starcraft 2 Galaxy Editor Tutorials, all one word, or I think it's Galaxy Editor Tutorials. I'll have it in the information. Has a great basic link of how presets work. If you're more interested in how to use records, which are more like structures, for those familiar with programming, you might want to check out his tutorial on that. I'll have it in a future one sometime when I actually start using them. Right now I'm not. So presets are very, very useful, and I've been using them like crazy, and very, very nice to be able to use. Right here I have just a straight up unit, and these are actually being pulled. It's funny, just real quick, these are actually being pulled from variables in my game. You can do that. Just real quick, GV underscore stands for global variable in Galaxy Script underscore mines. You only see whatever you called it, but that's the actual straight up mines thing. As you can see, this is an array that I'm pulling from. So I've actually set it up, and I've actually got it set up for each one. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know why it's 5, but whatever. Maybe I thought I was going to use 5. Who knows? And I've set that up for that. So it's actually setting up as straight units, and it's pulling from a variable. So you can. That's an example of what you can do with this. Just remember, the script value here is basically Galaxy Script. Straight up Galaxy Script indexes and things like that. In this case, like I said, I'm pulling a global variable called mines, so it's GV underscore mines and then the number I want to represent it. So you can really do a lot with presets, and like I said, they're very, very helpful. Here I have just straight up strings represent this. I use this for some alert text on the screen for the user to do catenation, basically text, and these are strings of the direction. So yeah, very, very nice stuff. I hope you play around with it. I hope you take a look at it, and I hope you actually find it useful for your maps. I know I have. Very, very nice and very easy to use once you understand how it works and how to do it, and very, very powerful as well. I'm loving Galaxy Edit. It's awesome, and we're still scratching the surface, guys. So there's a lot more tutorials out there, and of course, if you got a request that you want to see a tutorial, make sure you post it on the Starcraft 2 Mapster tutorial forum under the tutorial request thread. This wonderful thread here, tutorial request thread, and hopefully we'll try to get to it. We really are trying, and of course we're learning just as much as you are. Best way to learn, if you know you've heard it too much, is just to play with it. For those coming from the Warcraft 3 editor, been there myself. There's a lot to go over here. Having a basic understanding of programming and structure is going to help you a lot, but it's definitely not required. If you're more interested in just doing straight Galaxy Script stuff and how to do stuff like that, there's some great tutorials on that, also on Starcraft 2 Mapster as well. There's a whole bunch of information out there on that, and we're getting more every day as things change. So That's all I have for you guys for this tutorial. I hope it was useful and helpful and not too confusing. And I'm hoping this new format that I'm encoding my videos actually comes out better than my other tutorials have. Feedback, by all means, let me know. Comments or on the forum under the thread. Thank you guys so much.